We love you fans react as Rhea Ripley confesses she misses top WWE star. The WWE Universe has reacted to Rhea Ripley's heartfelt message aimed at a fellow superstar. The Nightmare posted a bunch of pictures with Damian Priest after reuniting with him following SmackDown. The Terror Twins are one of the most beloved duos in all of WWE. A short while after breaking up with the Judgment Day, Ripley and Priest went on separate paths in their respective divisions. Fans of Rhea and Damian missed their weekly interactions on WWE TV. Rhea Ripley recently shared an album of backstage photos with Priest and said she misses him. The WWE Universe reacted to the post with a bunch of heartfelt comments, as can be seen below. Damian Priest on him and Rhea Ripley following their own paths. After a short feud with the Judgment Day, Ripley and Priest went their separate ways in their respective divisions. Here's what Priest told the media during the post-show press conference at Bad Blood 2024. While it was fun as far as doing it with your friends and whatnot, at the same time, there is something to, alright, now I'm here, let's see what I can do on my own. I love Rhea, that's my best friend in the world. Obviously, she's in the women's division, I'm in the men's division. Although we're friends, we have to follow our own path. Priest has done quite well for himself since exiting the Judgment Day. On the other hand, Ripley is still one of the most over female stars in the women's division. She is mere hours away from competing in the women's Money in the Bank match, with the winner earning a shot at a women's title. Ripley is hell-bent on winning the briefcase and cashing it in on a champion somewhere down the line. Rhea Ripley reunites with her ex-partner following WWE SmackDown, says she misses him. WWE superstar Rhea Ripley made a rare appearance on Friday Night SmackDown this week. This is because it was the go-home show for Money in the Bank, where she will be part of the titular ladder match. Being on SmackDown offered Ripley the chance to catch up with a close friend of hers. She reunited with Damian Priest backstage. Their friendship is well documented, with the two even being stablemates and tag team partners. As SmackDown ended, Rhea Ripley posted a few pictures with Priest in a heartfelt post on Instagram. This comes after The Punisher posted a story of the two of them. She wrote that she misses her Terror Twin, suggesting that they don't get to see each other that often due to being on separate brands. While he didn't appear in front of the Bakersfield crowd, Damian Priest did make an impact on SmackDown. The Punisher confronted Jacob Fatu and declared his continued interest in the United States Championship. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley was part of a 6-woman tag team match involving every participant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Mami pinned Roxanne Perez to win it for herself, Alexa Bliss, and Stephanie Vaquer. It remains to be seen if her good fortune will remain tomorrow night. Damian Priest reunites with former WWE partner for one night only. Damian Priest has been riding solo, no pun intended, since moving to WWE SmackDown. However, he met a familiar face on the blue brand tonight. The Archer of Infamy recently defeated Drew McIntyre inside the steel cage at WWE Saturday Night's main event to culminate a year-long feud. He is now hoping to move on to bigger and better things, having already laid eyes on Jacob Fatu's United States Championship. A little while ago, Damian Priest took to his Instagram story to share a clip of himself reunited and hanging out with Rhea Ripley backstage on SmackDown. In the caption, he wrote the following message. Priest and Ripley have spent the majority of their time on the main roster as part of Judgment Day. However, the two have been doing their things on Raw and SmackDown, respectively, since breaking up from the villainous faction last year. Though it's been a while since fans have seen them work together on television, the two have remained friends outside the ring. They have been previously spotted together at various events, so it wasn't much of a surprise to see the Terror Twins reunite for one night only after Nick Aldis announced that stars from both brands will be on SmackDown. Rhea Ripley will be in action at WWE Money in the Bank 2025. Rhea Ripley has set her sights on reclaiming the WWE Women's World Championship, and there's only one way to do it: climb the ladder and grab the briefcase. Mami will be one of the participants in the upcoming 6-woman Money in the Bank ladder match on June 7th. During the go-home episode of SmackDown before Money in the Bank, Ripley joined forces with Stephanie Vaquer and Alexa Bliss to beat Julia, Roxanne Perez, and Naomi in a 6-woman tag team match. Mami pinned Perez to secure victory for her team tonight. Rhea Ripley has momentum on her side. Will she be able to become Ms. Money in the Bank this weekend? Only time will tell. Rhea Ripley silences current champion on SmackDown, issues strict warning ahead of Money in the Bank. Rhea Ripley silenced a current champion on SmackDown. She also issued a stern warning to this champion ahead of Money in the Bank. Tiffany Stratton has had an incredible year in the WWE. She won the Money in the Bank ladder match last year and successfully cashed it in on Nia Jax this year to become the WWE Women's Champion. However, with Money in the Bank right around the corner, her title looks to be in more jeopardy now than ever. In the past few weeks, several of the MITB participants have teased that they would cash in on her if they won. Tonight on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton addressed the Money in the Bank ladder match, recalling what the match did for her last year. She even said that no matter who wins the match this year, their world will revolve around Stratton, but no one can outdo her. Rhea Ripley interrupted her and said that she had never competed in the Money in the Bank ladder match because she never had to. Ripley also said she doesn't know what it feels like to win the contract, but she knows what it feels like to be a champion, and she misses that feeling, hinting that Ms. Tiffy should watch out. Stratton, who usually has the last word in her promos, didn't have a response to Mami this time as the segment ended after Stephanie Vaquer came out to the ring. It will be interesting to see if Rhea Ripley will be able to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. WWE SmackDown results. Rhea Ripley sends a chilling message to Tiffany Stratton ahead of Money in the Bank 2025. WWE SmackDown results. Rhea Ripley told the women's champion Tiffany Stratton that she misses the feeling of having gold around her waist. Mami will compete in the Money in the Bank match 2025 tomorrow alongside 5 other women. WWE SmackDown results. Rhea Ripley is set to compete in the Money in the Bank match on June 7th, and this has created a great deal of buzz among fans. Ahead of the event, Mami issued a chilling warning to the current women's champion Tiffany Stratton. The winner of the Money in the Bank match will get the opportunity to challenge the world champion or the women's champ for the gold anytime and anywhere. Rhea Ripley puts Tiffany Stratton on notice. Tiffany Stratton addressed the WWE Universe ahead of the Money in the Bank match and recalled how she became the girl of the company after winning the contest last year. She said that everyone competing in the contest this time around just wants to be her. She was interrupted by Rhea, who said that she knows what it feels to be a champion and misses the feeling. In doing so, she hinted that she might cash in on Tiffy if she grabs the coveted briefcase on June 7th. Rhea Ripley's second reign as world champion ended on Raw in March when she lost to Io Sky after being distracted by Bianca Belair, who was ringside for the contest. 3 years after backstabbing Edge, Rhea Ripley reunites with former Judgment Day member on WWE SmackDown. It's a reunion that fans have been longing for, and it finally happened, however, not on TV. 3 years after stabbing Edge in the back, Rhea Ripley reunited with her former Judgment Day stablemate, Damian Priest. Priest displayed their brief reunion on his Instagram story with the caption that read, "Terror Twins Reunion." Fans first got the first taste of the Terror Twins when Ripley joined Priest in turning on the founder of the Judgment Day, WWE Hall of Famer Edge. Will a Terror Twins reunion happen again? The last time that fans saw Ripley and Priest together was right before the latter was transferred to SmackDown while Ripley stayed on Raw. As mentioned before, they were both a part of a new and improved Judgment Day with Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio. They would later leave the faction after Mysterio betrayed his then-girlfriend, Ripley, and Balor turned on Priest at SummerSlam last year. Although they were no longer in the Judgment, the duo made sure to keep their bond intact. However, while in the powerful faction, Priest became Senior in the Bank, a tag team champion, and eventually the World Heavyweight Champion after he cashed in on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 40. Ripley would win the Women's World Championship but would lose it to Liv Morgan, who would later become a member of the Judgment Day and Mysterio's girlfriend. Ripley and Priest both have their sights set on other things at the moment. Ripley is set to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder on Saturday, June 7th. On the other hand, Priest will not be competing in the big match, but he has made it known that he will be going after Jacob Fatu's United States Championship title. After beating Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match, Priest announced to the world that he wants gold around his waist again and that the Samoan werewolf was his target. On the recent episode of SmackDown, Priest and Fatu had a brief encounter backstage, where it was made very clear that fans will be getting a face-off between these two powerhouses. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest will remain the Terror Twins until the very end. Even though they are on different shows, the duo has the same goal in their respective divisions, getting championship gold around their waists one more time. With Money in the Bank taking place this weekend, Ripley could be one step closer to her goal and become Mami in the Bank.